Hello and welcome to this video blog. I would like to address um, one thing that I believe has been overlooked in twin flame relationships. And it is that the reason why we are meeting in this historic moment. Most people obviously are facing the twin flame relationship with the desire that is based in the way we have believe that relationships ought to be. And the thing is that we need to understand that in this transition to a new age, which is the Aquarian age or brotherhood, we need to let go and transform all the old belief systems that have co-created the reality, the very dysfunctional reality that we are living in right now. The way we have learned to relate in relationships, whether be it in family relationships or partnership relationships, for most, it's not based on a very healthy way of relating, but rather on the desire to have a person as if it was of our ownership. And that idea of love, though it comes naturally from the desires based on ego desires, basically, are not the healthiest ones. And so the mission of twin flames, the meeting of twin flames in this day and age, has to do with breaking apart all the stuck belief systems about relationships, about love, about brotherhood, about community, about everything, about unconditional love, that are really like very, very stuck in the collective unconscious. And they are one of the reasons why we have created and we keep co-creating this reality that is showing us back how unhealthy we have developed our belief systems about relationships. So what happens when we meet a twin flame? Why is there so much suffering? Whereas many people believe that twin flames are the most magical and magnificent relationships and are being confused most likely with soulmate relationships. Well, twin flames are the only beings that can really touch us so deeply as to help us unlock that energy that we share collectively, that is so stuck because it's been there for centuries. And it helps us change. It helps us transform to new dimensions of possibilities, of love, of interaction, of soul connection. Because twin flames are mostly soul connections. Our soul, it's a soul relationship. So what do we mean by soul? When people talk about divine feminine, divine masculine, what are they talking about? Do we really understand what divine masculine is or divine feminine is? Or are we just repeating what we have heard because that's what we want it to be, but we have no understanding of divinity itself? So in order for us to really anchor the most precious gem that twin flame relationship offers, which is the awakening to unconditional love, we need to go through a very hard process. This will change and will be a little more friendly, maybe say that word, in the next decades. But for now, why is it so difficult, so hard? Why is it that there's so much distance and all those things? Well, there's a reason for that. We need to understand that in the distance is where souls meet in a better way, because we are not being stimulated by the five senses of our physical existence. And that is happening so we can learn to understand the other dimensions that we are part of. We are multidimensional beings, and we are part of this soul realm, as well as we are part of the physical realm. But we are so accustomed to be part of the physical realm that we actually identify more with it and its limitations than we identify with our spiritual selves. So the twin flame comes and shakes us to the ground so we can open up with more clarity to the divine realms. Therefore, as long as we are driven by desires, the desires of ego, we still need to work like the uncarved block, like on ourselves, so we can let the diamond eventually shine by working and peeling all the very hard parts of our consciousness. We are definitely in a transition, and we need to create a new world. That is not gonna be happening if we continue to nurture and co-create the reality as it has been. We need to change, and that change can only happen from the inside out. It won't happen otherwise. So those who have been blessed to connect with the twin flames, their mission is to plant the seed of unconditional love, to anchor that energy. Let's not get stuck in the desires of wanting to be in a physical relationship. This is not the moment. It probably will happen eventually in other historic moments. This is the time to change. This is the time to transform ourselves so we can understand that we are spiritual beings. This is not the time to hold those ideas as theories in our lives. We need to manifest that consciousness by living it, by being it, by becoming it. And that's why we are required to work so hard through these painful experiences that the twin flame brings. Because if we are in a comfort zone and we are feeling great, there won't be any stimuli. There won't be any need to change. And we need to change urgently. The earth needs us to change. Our consciousness needs us to change if we want to prevail living in this beautiful planet. We need to change. We know it. But we are not changing because we are wanting to be hanging on and clinging to those old ideas of relationships and wanting to be with the person and not understanding that we are one. Becoming or realizing the fact that we are one helps us to let go those desires. It's not that they are bad desires or not, they are human desires, but that's not what twin flame relationship is all about. Remember, understand the name, twin flame. It's totally spiritual. It's not talking about the twins as we understand them in the physical realm. It's a twin flame. Flame comes from fire, and fire is the element of spirit. So please consider this and just keep on working on ourselves. Each of us, we need to grow and bring the light into our hearts, into our minds, not theoretically. We need to manifest it, become it. and become it with clarity and total discernment. So good luck. I hope this helps. I am on a process of translating the book on twin flames that I have written in Spanish, and hopefully by next year I will have it in English. It's a great challenge, but I will try to do now and then some videos about it. Okay, thank you for watching this and sharing it with others, and until the next opportunity, bye bye.